It's a different like there are school like and
Ready?
yeah.
So, good evening, friend. I'm Dr. Vishal. I'm basically rehabilitation psychologist working since last 15, 16 years in the field of rehabilitation and rehabilitation of people with neurological condition, including motor neuron diseases. So today's topic is emotional management of individuals with motor neuron diseases. Dear friend, we all have so you just for a minute you just have forget about MND. You just focus on as a human being. We all are carrying some emotional issues in our life. And so-called normal people, being so-called normal people, we are also lacking in managing emotional issues. Sometimes we show unnecessary anger, sometimes we show unnecessary irritation, without any reason. Even in family, you can observe. So there is nothing special. Definitely, there is some significant things with MND, but there is nothing special that nothing different basically. That everyone is having emotional issues. Everyone is having weak coping strategies to manage their emotional status. So with MND too, right? So because they are diagnosed as a MND, so the reason becoming more emotionally disturbed is MND. So the MND is a reason to become emotionally disturbed. So let's try to. I would like to mention in 2 or 3 lines what is MND basically. Motor neuron disease is a progressive illness which involves degeneration of lower and upper motor neurons. So basically, you are inactive bodily, right? You are active through your mind, but you are not active through your body. So it's quite, receiving a diagnosis of MND or motor neuron disease can come as a shock to the individual as well as to the family member. Till now, you were leading very normal life, like any other social member. But now, because you are suffering with this disease, suddenly you are inactive and you start comparing yourself with your past life, and those things makes issues. Research has shown that physical symptoms are less important than psychosocial and emotional needs when addressing quality of life in MND. You must be aware about that, what is uh, cure to MND. There are rare cases or exceptional cases where they found some improvement, but with motor neuron diseases, maximum cases are actually they are into progressive mode of disease. But because of this limitation, uh, their quality of life becomes very limited. They can't move, they can't meet with new people, they can't go in a market, they can't even move for their daily activities. They always require support from the family member or someone who is there to take care, right? So, you know, in such cases, look, visualize that you you are walking on a road. You were walking on a road without any support. Now you are on a wheelchair or you are with the support of someone who is carrying you throughout. It's very no automatic thought is you start comparing and you start relating your current life with your past, and it affects your affection. It affects your emotional state. You know, there is a quote which I came across through. I don't like crying in a public, but when you have motor neuron disease, it's one of the things. That's quite true and very realistic. You know, so so once you are diagnosed as a motor neuron disease, automatically the first question come in your mind that why me? I did nothing wrong, but why me? I was fine till now. I was gymming. I was having right food. Everything was fine. But what happened exactly with me? And this came to me. Such thoughts come in the mind, and automatic acceptance about that particular physical status, it's really difficult to come, you know. So you are in the denial stage. How can? Why me? Those things comes, and automatically you start uh, escaping from the situation mentally. You start crying, irritation, and many more. So first thing which is observed in patient of motor neuron disease is acceptance of illness. It rarely come. It rarely come. If you are not going through your rationals, it will never come. So maximum time you are staying in the denial when it comes to the MND because you are not moving out, because your functions become so limited, because you are not contributing in the society like you were contributing earlier without MND. Automatically you feel useless, right? And this uselessness affects your self-esteem. So automatically poor self-esteem takes place within your life. Automatically you start considering yourself that you are nothing, you are useless, I can't do anything, like that. And this self-esteem makes a space for hopelessness. This hopelessness kill each and every possibility to live a good life. Hopelessness. And it can happen with anyone, not only with MND, but though you are non-MND individual, still if you have hopelessness, you're killing your scope to progress in the life, right? Body is with a motor neuron disease, but your mind is functioning properly. Don't forget. This hopelessness makes many issues, and you may face kind of depression, sadness, staying aloof, and sometimes suicidal ideation is observed in maximum cases. Quality of life affected negatively. Then severe mood disturbances and stubbornness observed. I'm just reading few evidence-based research evidences which is observed in MNT. Insomnia means lack of sleep or sleeplessness. Weight loss because you lose your appetite and all. You're losing your sleep and all. So your body start losing weight. Irritability without any reason. You may see that patient is getting irritated, right? Even it is good thing, still you will become irritated. If someone helps you, still it you may see irritation in the patient of MND. Frustration, obviously, it's quite common. If you're not able to move, you will get frustrated by sitting at one place. Anger, verbal anger, very danger. you know. And in this, a central element of mental well-being of individual with MND is lack of meaning in the life. They feel there is nothing in my life. There is no meaning in my daily activities. There is no meaning in the life. Why I am living? I should stop this life, right? Such negative thoughts come into the mind of the person with MND, you know. So you the most, as I said, it is a very centralized point that you feel meaningless in the life. So creating meaning is really important over here in the life. How to create meaning in the life? So guys, in this case, family members plays a big role. Family members plays a big role, as it is very shocking to the family members too. They may not accept that, this can happen with my child, or this can happen with my family member. Suddenly they become a shock, and they may not get the way to find out the solution. So these are things, but family members, supposed to give support properly and positively, and you can change the life of the person with MND. Not only family members, neighbors too, professionals, everyone should help the person with MND. And the most important thing is the patient who is diagnosed as a MND, he or she should be ready to help himself or herself to lead life with assistance. Guys, fact is really important, but what you perceive from the fact is more important than the fact. So perceiving thing, look, we do have two things with us. First, intelligence, and second is emotion. If this emotion is troubling you, you can ask yourself a question whether I'm thinking in the right way. Is it going to help me? Is it going to make sense in my life? Think yourself. Ask yourself question. Whatever I'm thinking, is it going to contribute meaningfully something? If the answer is yes, better you go with that particular answer. But if you found that your answer is not favoring your behavior, better you change your behavior. And how to change your behavior? How to change your thinking pattern? Use your brain, use your cognitive function, use your intellectual capacity. Think about thinking approach will help you to shape your emotion. Think about thinking. Emotion and feeling is immediate reaction to the situation. We are not aware what is good and what is not good for us. It is immediate reaction. It is not intellectual reaction. Crying, anger, irritation, frustration, denial, you know, these are immediate reaction to the situation. And though it is immediate reaction, you choose to stay in that particular situation then. If you're crying, so you will keep crying all the time. You'll get irritated all the time without any reason. You may show anger all the time, and that's not good. Those are not intellectual reactions at all. Those are reactions without intelligence, which we can call it emotional. Emotions are really important in the human being, right? Feelings are really important in the human being. But choose appropriate emotion. Choosing appropriate feeling is intellectual function, and this intellectual function we can improve by regular practice and efforts. If you have brain, better you use it. If you do have thinking capacity, better you think it. If you can control on your emotion, better you control. If you can't take efforts by yourself, take help from someone else. If you feel that your family member can't understand you, better you go with a professional help. It will really help you. So first skill which I would like to mention over here is think about thinking. In such a phase, if you feel that I'm alone, I'm disturbed, look, you cannot lie with yourself. You're the first person who can observe changes in your body and mind. You are the person who going to witness your own reactions. Before expressing few changes in your mind you can observe by yourself, right? So you are the only person who can change this. By taking some time, you can breathe for a while and ask yourself a question right now. Whatever I am thinking, is it going to help me? If it is helpful thought, better you go with it. If it is not helping, better you choose other option. But the problem is we are more attracted towards negativity. You know, uh, this is our human tendency, and this is what actually I call personally animal tendencies. There are other options. There are other options. Being human, you need to search for other option which helps person to become more independent intellectually. Intellectual independence is really important in your cases, guys. Try to observe more rationally, intellectually, changes within you, right? So this is first technique I would like to mention here, that is think about thinking. Think about thinking. Whatever you are thinking right now, is it going to help you or not? Ask yourself this question. You will get a right answer, and if you feel this thought is going to help me, better you go with that thought, otherwise choose other option. Sadness is not an option. Anger is not an option. Frustration is not an option. Option is moving forward, going ahead with right effort. So take efforts on choosing right option. So first technique is think about thinking. Second, I would like to mention here expressive disclosure. Whatever thought comes in your mind, whatever emotions come in your mind, better you share it with your family member, with your friend, with your subordinate. It's really important. If you are not venting out, you are going to become a dustbin. You know what? What are the use of dustbin? We put useless stuffs in the dustbin. Similarly, whatever negative thoughts come in your mind, you want to store it in your mind, and one day it becomes kind of a bigger dustbin and full of useless stuff, and you feel that this dustbin is a life. No, that's wrong. Life is not a dustbin. Make sure you're not making yourself dustbin. Better you vent out your thought. Better you vent out your allow yourself to share your emotions with other people. Don't hesitate. Look, you are the right person to heal yourself. If you are trying for good health, automatically you are going to lead a good life. You can change your lifestyle, you can change the quality of life. So second thing is expressive disclosure is like venting out your emotion, sharing your thoughts, sharing your feelings with your whoever present there or whoever you feel that you are close with the person. Okay, that's the thing. Third option is cognitive behavior analysis, right? So cognitive behavior is really important. It is very much like similar to think about think approach, but this is once you change your thinking pattern, automatically you are going to change your emotions, feelings, and behavior. So each and everything, though it is negative or positive, though it is useful or useless, though it is meaningful or meaningless, though it is rational or irrational, logical or illogical, source is mind only. Mind. You have to work on your mind because that is the thing with you all the time. You can change whole world through your mind, not only yourself, right? You can contribute many meaningful stuff in society through your mind. There are many people who are just sitting at one place but controlling whole world. You know, you got a wheelchair, you're not moving your body, but you can move your mind, right? There are people who do not have even, they do not, they can't even on off switches, but they are very much capable to change the world. You can see many examples on YouTube and around you too. So, change your mind, change your behavior. That's the formula. Change your thinking pattern, change your behavior. That's the formula. One more thing, you can go to the psychologist, professional psychologist, and you can those professionals can conduct hypnotherapy. Hypnosis is basically giving affirmation to change your mind. If you're not able to control your emotions, if you're not able to control your feelings, then better you go with a professional. They will conduct such therapies. There are many psychotherapies. Hypnosis is one of the psychotherapy. It can give you immediate relief. Not permanent, but for a while. You'll feel good after conducting this therapy. Hypnosis basically giving you positive affirmation. This positive affirmation will help you to change your thinking pattern. And once you change your thinking pattern, your behavior pattern, your emotional pattern will be in a good shape. That will be in the desirable shape, right? One more thing, as I told you, I didn't mention about my profile. I'm working as the head of the department with Brain and Spine Institute in psychology, and then I'm also working. I'm also director for Bhumika Foundation, which work for a vocational rehabilitation of people with neuro conditions. Look, why you feel, for example, non-MND individual who is engineer or who is well educated and he is at home, even he can feel useless. Even family members can feel that he is a burden on them, right? Sometimes such burden and such thinking pattern in family takes very negative way to express feeling. So it is not only with you, right? If you feel that you can, with limited ability or limited function, if you can control, if you can contribute something, if you can do something which will help you to engage positively. Second, it can give you some, financial support. Third, it will be kind of good exposure to develop social communication. Fourth, it will help you to take away from negative thinking patterns because This vocational rehabilitation is the best way. Better you engage yourself in some contributory part or contributory task. The only what we achieve at the end of the day, we feel okay. I did something for a day. I contributed something. I earned something. Earn not only money, right? Satisfaction is kind of earning. Feeling happy is kind of earning, right? So these are things. So vocational rehabilitation basically helps person to find a meaning in the life. It really works. There are many examples I can share with you. You can share. You can see on YouTube. So there are many people try to involve socially. You know, social involvement. Talking to known people, even new people. Then no, it's normally hesitation comes from us. What other people will think about me? That question come in your mind. You know, the person who is in front of you, he or she may not think that you do have any problem. He or she is not carrying any hesitation. It is you who is carrying hesitation. The person who is there nearby, they want to talk to you, but you feel that you hesitate. That is not needed over here. If they are interested to, they show some interest to talk, involve in communication with you, better show some welcoming gestures through your face, through your words. Let them talk to you. Tell them about your disease. They'll become more aware. If you're keeping your disease as a secret, it means you are killing yourself. The social involvement, we are social animals. We all are social animals. We need social exposure to live our life. Without attention of other people, you are going to be a depressed. Attention is kind of a basic hunger. It's a basic need. If you are not fulfilling, you are going to face many, many emotional disturbances. Right? So, social involvement makes sense in the life. There are two factors now we need to understand. So, we had talked about thinking, right? Means thinking, taking time and asking yourself a question, whatever I am thinking right now, is it going to help me or not? Second, venting out your emotions and feelings, share it with your subordinates, share with your friends, share with your family, or you feel who is close to you. Then third, cognitive behavior analysis. Analyze yourself through your mind and change your behavior, right? Fourth, hypnosis. Go to the professional and request him to do something with you. Hypnosis, one of the psychotherapy. So he or she can use hypnosis. Then vocational rehabilitation. Try to explore yourself and develop a skill to contribute in vocational stuff. And last one, which I told you, social involvement. Look, these are few things. If you look, I'm just trying to make you aware. These are things which are available with you. I'm a professional. If you're coming to me, definitely I will try to help you. But maximum thing you can apply on yourself. Maximum thing you can apply on yourself. The thing is that you need to decide to take efforts. If you're not taking efforts, your life will become mess. And there are many people who are who are non-MND. They are so-called normal people. Still, they do not choose to take efforts on their lifestyle or their quality of life. right? So these are few common things which it will help you to minimize your anger. It will help you to minimize your irritation. It will help you to give a good sound sleep. It will help you to accept the condition, whatever condition you are facing. So it will help in many way positively. These are things, and if you feel you cannot do anything, if you feel you're not able to take efforts, then at the end you can take professional help. Please go to professional. They will try to solve, or they will try to assist you to solve your issue professionally. So this is what actually I wanted to tell you. If anything you want to ask, please ask me. I'm waiting for your questions. If any question, let me know. And if you want any professional help, you can contact us at Neurogen. We are always ready to help you guys. So anything, if you want to ask, please ask. I'm waiting for a question. Kushkumar Verudkar is asking, Lakviche control rahat nahi, means they lose control on urinal, passing urine. I think you should consult with a physical therapist. They can guide you properly. So there is Kumar from Vietnam. Hi Kumar. Hope you are doing your exercises properly. And one more thing, guys, I would like to mention here, schedule your day properly from morning to the sleeping time. You guys required more physical therapy and occupational therapy. Don't ignore it. It should be a part of routine, right? So better you focus and spend sufficient amount of time on your therapeutic intervention. That is what physical requirement. But for mental requirement, for emotional, to solve the emotional issues, you need to take all these efforts. A single thought can change your world. A single thought can change your world as well as world outside. So those things really helps. Changing thinking pattern really help. If there is nothing, then we can end over here. So guys, thank you very much. If you have any question or doubt, you just let us know. We'll try to help you. Even psychological help you need, you can contact the Department of Psychology in the Neurogen Brain and Spine Institute. Right? Our website is there. You just go to our website. You will get all contacts to whom you should contact. So it's time to say bye. Take care. Continue with the therapy. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.